Whenever you're about to be led to a higher level than you're on, usually things happen that seem unexpected, out of your control, that your first instinct is to Hi there, I'm Ajidara. You're welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, you've not missed much. This is only my second video. Now in this video, I'm going to be talking about the stages I've gone through in my self-expression journey, like I promised in my last video. And then I'm going to show you how to grow through adversity. Now to start with, I happen to have attended a medical school that was the headquarters of every imaginable crisis you could think of, that saw me spending 9 years in school instead of 6. But it was during one of such crises in 2012 that I came into an awareness of my creative abilities. So what appeared as a crisis that was delaying me in school, that was totally uncalled for and unpalatable, actually provided me with an opportunity to come to that awareness, which is the first stage. Fast forward eight years later, 2020, the pandemic hit and the subsequent lockdown. And I don't need to tell you what that meant for people all over the world. But it provided me with an opportunity to take action on that awareness I had come to 8 years earlier. And like I said in my last video, that action led to confusion, and then confusion led to clarity, which is the fourth stage. Now, clarity for me meant I knew what I wanted to do. I knew social media provided me a convenient platform to do that. But at that time, I had only 2 active social media accounts, Facebook and Twitter. My Facebook account was doing fairly well. But on Twitter, the ministry was simply not growing in spite of everything I was doing. So the plan was to focus on my Twitter account, grow the account, and see where I could go from there. And as I was about to implement my strategies, the Twitter ban came. And although the Twitter ban appeared like a harsh, ill-intentioned, totally uncalled for directive of government, for me, it turned out to be an opportunity for expansion, like I explained also in my last video. Now, this is a principle I've identified, that whenever you're about to be led to a higher level than you're on, usually things happen that seem unexpected, out of your control, that your first instinct is to fight against. But instead of fighting against such situations, what you should actually do is take a step back, look for the opportunities, and sure enough, you find them. Because adversity always presents you with an opportunity. You miss such opportunities because instead of seeing through adversity, you choose to fight it. Now, I could have stayed back on Twitter and continued tweeting at my 110 followers and keep hoping that everything I've been doing that wasn't giving me results before was just suddenly going to give me results one day, and my account was going to blow up or something. I don't really know what I was thinking. But what I should have done is explore other ways of expressing myself and other channels as well, like this one, which is what I eventually did. So Twitter ban for me was a redirection. Remember that census that happened before Jesus was born? Now, for many people that went to Bethlehem, they only went to Bethlehem in obedience to the government directive. But for Joseph and Mary, that government directive was actually a redirection because a prophecy had gone forth that the Christ was to be born in Bethlehem of Judea. So they were only going to where they ought to be for the Christ to be born. Now let me ask you again, was the Twitter ban really a bad thing, or you just didn't recognize the opportunity it presented? Now hold that thought. I was talking about the stages of self-expression I've gone through. I've mentioned awareness, action, confusion, clarity, and then expansion as occasioned by the Twitter ban. But there's a 6th stage, which is explosion. That's when I blow. And already I'm expecting that may be at the end of something unexpected, out of my control, that my first instinct is to fight against. But when that happens, I'm going to take a step back, look for the opportunities, and sure enough, I'll find them and I'll blow. Yes, if you live in Nigeria, you know of a certain gospel artist whose name we did not know, or at least I for one did not know her name, before a seemingly adverse event happened recently. If you know, you know. If you don't know, ask your neighbor. Yes, so 9 years ago, what appeared as a crisis gave me an opportunity to find awareness. Last year, I found action, confusion, and clarity in the pandemic. Earlier this year, I found expansion in the Twitter ban. And then soon, God knows what is going to happen. And then I'll find explosion. So let me submit to you that adversity always presents you with an opportunity. The question is, do you recognize them? And remember, to grow through adversity, instead of fighting that adversity, what you need to do is shine your eyes, people. I'll see you in my next video. Stay inspired.